Hello and welcome back to MFAC Coaching. This week I'm doing a YouTube collab loop group, but this one is about the from the faith community, and community is the theme. I have pulled out some stickers from Wilson Wild. My theme for the week is sunflowers, and I just thought these sunflowers were gorgeous. I just love the Starry Nights books. I just love it all, and figured I could put that in my big happy planner vertical in some fun ways, and then talk about community while I do it. So let's get to it. Wilson Wild is one of the shops that I do PR for. So Megan30 will get you 30% off everything at Wilson Wild, which is an amazing deal. I love her kits. This is like 5 of, I don't even know, there are 9 or 10 pages, maybe even more, different formats, all with the same theme that you can just buy individually different pages from. They're amazing. I love it because I never need anything else. Like, I can grab washi if I want, but I don't need anything else. Everything I need for a spread is going to be on these pages. I'm going to start with these corner, with the washi pages or the rip sheets, and decide what I want to do from there. I was going to jokingly start some sort of conversation about the TV show Community, because I really enjoyed that show. It was about community college. And as you may or may not know, I am actually a university advisor and professor. So I teach and do advising for the University of Maryland Global Campus. And now they're not a community college themselves. This one's not officially a corner, so I want to try and figure out. Let's add this yellow here at the bottom first. Okay. And so I was going to jokingly talk about Community, the show, because it's related to my job. While we are not a community college and we are an online college, so we do offer classes in the hybrid format, meaning they do meet in person every other week. I wouldn't say we get quite the same cast of characters that you get from the TV show Community, but I really did enjoy that show, and will definitely still say cool multiple times. It is just such a good show. All right, let's see. I think I will go ahead and do all 4 corners. I don't always do that, but you just get so much space, so you can really play with it more, and I just love that. So since I can, without taking up too much space, do all 4 corners, I'm going to do that. So I'm not going to talk about the show Community, at least not more than I already have. But you'll have to let me know if you watched it. I just really loved that show. I'm going to go ahead and place this down just randomly. We can always move it later if I am choosing poorly. We'll figure that out. All right, I don't think I need anything else at this point. Trying to decide if I want to. I might invert this one a little. Let's see. Do it like this maybe. I was trying to rip it, but like I'm afraid you'll get to see some of the white if I just rip it. But if I do it that way, that does create like an interesting design, and I can add some stickers or something there, so that's not such a harsh like line right there. So we'll look into that shortly. Oh, I just love, look how cute these books are. Oh, so I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't have a plan per se other than to use these stickers. Oh, I'm loving. I love the colors. Yeah, so. Already deciding maybe this is where I will add some of that. I don't want it to go all the way across. So I'm just trying to figure out where I want to cut it. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'm gonna try and cut it around this one. So community is really interesting, and it's a great topic, particularly for faith. Ooh, I love that. Okay, I'm trying to decide if I can add this here. Okay, I think that's cute. It is always interesting to talk about community, particularly in areas of faith, because for many people, particularly adults, finding a faith community is a place to find friendship. It is kind of a place where you can get built-in similarity in such a way that you feel comfortable being able to share parts of who you are, and to get to know people in adulthood who have some form of shared views, maybe not identical, but it's a place to start. And so like when I moved to California and then when I moved to California originally, I was able to find community pretty quickly in the sense that my husband already had one. He was a university student. He was a PhD student, and he had all these friends that he'd been going to classes with, and that was kind of our built-in community, and that worked really well for a while. And then we moved to San Diego, and then we had to figure out the whole community thing again. And we found a church eventually. We did some church shopping, I would say. It's kind of a weird terminology, but it is the one that's often used. We found a church that was really good for us at the time. It was called Mission Gathering, and we met a lot, like pretty much everyone who's like our closest friends, even to this day. We met through that community in one way, shape, or form. So it's a very meaningful one to us. We no longer go to that same church. The church had a split, and my husband and I decided it was best not to choose one or the other and just to go our own separate ways, so to speak. So for a long time, we found our faith, I would say, through camping. So that was that one. We still do that when we can. And now I would say we both have our own like spiritual practices. We've both found meditation to be really helpful. It's my husband and I. And so I don't know why these pillows just seem perfect, but there's something about like the pillows being underneath this like kind of what are those, like, I want to say lanyards, but that is not the word I'm looking for. Like mobiles that go around for kids in their, like little kids in like infants in their cribs. So for some reason that's what it reminded me of, and so that's what I did. But yeah, that was a really good way for my husband and I to find our community, was through that church for a long time. It was really a blessing for us. Sorry, I've just decided this line is so harsh and I want to like fix that. I think I want to fix that with this cup. Yeah. I don't know if I love that. Darn. Okay, hold on. We're gonna move that. Out comes the undo. If you haven't been on my channel before, then you may not know undo. I'm not the only one who uses it by any means, but it is a chemical that helps you remove stickers without losing the stickiness. I just tend to use it seemingly more than your average planner, although maybe not, I don't know. Maybe more people use it than I'm aware of, but people don't tell me they use it very often. Okay, we're gonna let that just be. I do love this coffee cup though. Now I can't decide where I want to put it, so we're going to put it there. And then maybe we're going to have this woman reading over by the coffee. All right. This is only like maybe the second or third time I've used the clear stickers from Wilson Wild, but I am obsessed with them. I don't know if they're matte. I don't know what it is about them. They are just so good. And yeah, as I say, I am obsessed. All right, what else do I need? I'm gonna need some blue boxes just to make sure that I leave myself space to write. All right, so I'm kicking myself a little because there are boxes that come in the set that I just didn't get. But instead of blue boxes, I'm going to pull out the gold and do gold boxes. This is the foiled set from Mojo Jojo Plans. Oh, I'm already in love and I haven't even put the stickers down. But I love that, like, leaning into the gold. Oh, yes. This is so exciting. Oh, so pretty. Okay. I'm so happy right now. All right. Okay. And there are I've got 2 tones of this, which I think is great. So I have the darker one also, which I can lean into. Okay. Okay, you don't want some overlap? Maybe I just want it over here. All right. The planner we're using here is my Big Happy Planner. It's a journal planner, so I just write in it. I write in it every day. Some days I write. I shouldn't say that. Every day on the monthlies, I write what I'm grateful for, and then like I write, this would be Monday, this is Tuesday, and I just write what happened in my day, what I want to remember, what I'm happy about, you know, those types, what I'm grateful for, those types of things. So I can write anywhere. I don't have to like stick to the boxes, but I do like having the boxes to just pull stuff out of. There is a beautiful blue foil that does really well match, and so I will look to see for that also, because that, I'm so happy right now, you guys, that I found, don't be like that I found this. Yeah, so that I'm very happy right now. I'm very excited. Okay, so look how perfect that blue is. Oh, all right, so now I'm not kicking myself as much for not getting the boxes, but it would have been great if I'd had the boxes. All right, I'm trying to decide if I might just do another yellow box there, just because now it's gotten a little bit box happy, and that's okay. Yeah, okay. All the boxes, that is great. Do I need another? Let's leave that alone. I might need something there. Maybe this alarm clock, but I'm gonna wait and see what happens. Okay. There's just these little spaces. No, I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I need to move her down, but I'm gonna leave it alone because I have a tendency to want to like keep going with things. Okay. I do want to make sure that we get the kind of nod here to Van Gogh. It's such a gorgeous painting. Okay, so that might be enough. We'll see. I am loving this book. So gotta put the book down in here. I feel like we need at least one more woman. I just don't know where she needs to go yet. Okay. Let's put a blue box here. foil is just truly everything in some ways. I mean, when I think of community, I am also really appreciative of everyone who is watching this video. Like, you are in some ways my community. And, you know, just watching, you don't, even the ones who don't comment, like, I still know that there's like a purpose and a point to my creating these videos, that there's someone watching, and like, I love that. It's such a beautiful feeling, of course. But it's also just, it feels so good to know I'm not alone. That there are other people out there who are interested in the things that I'm interested in, who appreciate scheduling and planning, and making things pretty. And it feels so good not to be alone in that. And more, like, maybe more than anything, to know that there are people who love stickers as much as I do has meant so much to me. And I know that seems in some ways like so silly, because, you know, they're stickers, but it really, I just really love that there's a whole community of people who appreciate stickers the way I do, which is a lot. I just love stickers. And so, of course, having a place to share that really does mean a lot to me. You know, I'm very lucky. I've got very supportive, I've always had very supportive parents. My mom often talks about how I was just always a really good fit for my parents. Meaning that the things that I like are also things that they like, and vice versa. And so it was never difficult for them to support me in what I wanted to do, which is, it's just nice. You know, there are parents who maybe aren't interested in sports, but whose kids do sports. And of course, those parents are still going to go to every, you know, match or meet, depending on the sport. But it's easier if your child is doing something you're already interested in and engaged in. And so I've always been very lucky to have super supportive and loving parents. But we also recognize that I got very lucky to have such similar interests as my parents. I'm trying to decide. Sometimes I'm trying to decide when to stop, which is not always my forte. All right. Just trying to decide if there's anything else that I need to do. So these cute, like, little strips that could be fun to use kind of this way. Just to add some intrigue to that particular. Now it almost looks more like a canvas, which I love. Which also means, though, that I do want to use these paints. Just put those here in the corner. All right. I got these 3 ladies on there. I love it. I do have this like weird gap right here. I'm trying to figure out, I think maybe, let's see if there is a blue box that I could put there. Just to fill this kind of weird space I've created. Okay, let's move it just slightly to match where she is. Okay, yes, I like that. I wish spacing was a little different, but I'm gonna just let that go. Then I don't think there are, yeah, there are, I was looking for dots, but there are not dots in here, and that's okay. But yeah, I've been obsessed with like adding, you know, those like sparkle dots. Okay. I think that's it. Let me put it in the planner. So there's the final product. I am very happy with that. So thank you so much for being my community. Thank you for being someone who knows that stickers are awesome, and that there's something about form and function, meeting decoration, really helping out. And if you struggle to find your community, please let me know. I will do my best to help you, or just be that community for you. And please be sure to watch the next video and see what someone else thinks about the topic of community, how they incorporate that into their planning. And of course, have a fabulous, fabulous week. Talk to you later. Bye.